Here's my audience. In America, dogs are very popular house pets. Almost everybody is head over heels for a fluffy tail wag or puppy dog eyes. I personally adopted a dog from a shelter who was left on the streets to die. The fact that I gave him a way better life than what he had before is such a heartwarming feeling, and I am so lucky to have him. I bet a handful of you in the audience are animal lovers and are looking to adopt a dog in your near future. I am here to tell you the best way to do that. Adopting from a shelter will not only benefit you, but also the sweet dog that you choose to adopt. Rescuing animals gives you more satisfaction than a cruel large breeding company could. I will discuss with you all reasons that big breeder companies are not the way to go, and then talk about some reasons to support a shelter or a trusted breeder over the large money-motivated breeding businesses. I will also discuss ways to get involved to help stop these companies and help shelters flourish so that all dogs can have a happy life. First things first, big breeding companies are all for profit. The animals are not their number one priority. Their number one priority is the money, and all they care about is how fast that they can get the most amount of puppies out. They don't necessarily care about the animal's well-being and don't care what methods they have to use to get the most puppies possible, even if it gives the dogs underlying health issues. They also do not take care of the animals or their environment. The animals have unsanitary environments with feces everywhere, and the dogs are just not taken care of, and as the ASPCA said, the effects of where and how they were bred last a lifetime. Poor genetics, early weaning, unsanitary environments, and significant stress can contribute to the development of serious health and behavioral problems that are expensive, difficult, or impossible to treat. Which goes along with what I was saying, that the animals are not their number one priority, or else they wouldn't be doing this to them. Instead, you should support shelters and animal rescue organizations. The animals are rescued, so that already means that you're going to be benefiting the animals by giving them a way better life than what they had before. Also, at shelters, animals usually already have all their vaccinations and are neutered or spayed, which means that the animal rescue or shelter is doing all the dirty work for you just to make sure that you have the best experience possible with adopting a dog. Animals from rescues often have a harder time getting adopted, which means that rather than the dogs from the big breeding companies that will probably be adopted either way, you should adopt from a shelter, because shelters can sometimes have more than what they can handle in dogs and might even have to kill them, which we don't want. As the Telegraph said, they say breeders will sell them on to people who are buying the dog as a fad rather than based on an educated decision about what is right for them. This is saying that no matter what problems that the dogs are having and facing, that a lot of people just want them as a fad because of a cute dog that costs, let's say, $3,000, rather than adopting from a shelter, which is the biggest benefit for the dog and the person. Some ways to get involved are by not supporting the big breeding companies. So don't buy from the big breeding companies, and let's say Petland, like you going in there just to play with the dogs is sort of supporting them in a way, and the support that they have just should go away, and we should support trusted breeders and shelters or rescues. Another way to get involved is to help out at shelters. Helping out could be many different things. You could volunteer and go in and help them with whatever they need help with by either giving the dogs a bath, taking the dogs out for a walk, or maybe even just loving on the dogs and making sure that the dogs are being loved on and they have affection. Another way to help out at a shelter would be donating either cat litter or food or money, because the more that we donate, the more that they can supply for the dogs that come in. So supporting a shelter would just mean that no dogs would get killed from a shelter being overpopulated, and just donating is going to help out your local shelter a lot. So in conclusion, there are many more benefits of supporting an animal shelter rather than a big breeding company. It is going to benefit the dog, and it is going to benefit you, and just the feeling that you saved a dog potentially from death is way better than just buying a $3,000 super genetically modified dog. Also, it's going to have a positive impact on your life by rescuing an animal. It's going to make you feel good about yourself that you saved a dog from, as I said, potentially dying. There are ways to help stop cruel breeders, and that is by not supporting them, plain out not supporting them. Cruel breeding companies should not be a thing anymore, and dogs should just come from shelters, because there are plenty of dogs on the streets that need homes that end up at the shelters. So buy from shelters, don't buy from big breeding companies.